Social media changes so rapidly. So this video is just me predicting what might happen in 2025 when it comes to social media. If you want to start 2025 without overwhelm, with a clear plan, I'm hosting a marketing planning party in the Creatives Content Club community in December. We're going to be doing breakout rooms and planning out our year and looking quarterly and monthly at how we can plan a strong year to meet our 2025 goals. So if you'd like to join me for that, you can head to marketingbyshelby.com/club to enroll in the club. I'd love to see you. And we're also doing a bonus website audit in January where you'll get the opportunity to have your website looked at by me and given feedback on how to improve. That way you can start 2025 so strong with community and support by your side. There's already some trends that I've seen over the last year, over the last couple of years that have influenced my predictions for the next year and what we're going to be seeing on social media. I think it's always good to be aware of these things and to monitor how your performance is going, what's changing. But I also know that it's really hard to keep on top of new trends, new features, all of these things that change pretty rapidly. So let's dive into it and talk about it. The biggest one on my mind is how quickly AI has changed the social media landscape. To me, it can feel very obvious when someone is using AI for their posts and for their captions. And I think more than ever, even though I feel like this is said every single year, I feel like more than ever, really being authentic and telling your story and showcasing what makes you different is going to help you stand out, because there's so much noise now of these very basic AI written captions that we all really have an opportunity to stand outside of that and to incorporate our own passions, our own values, our own voice, our own way of speaking to our target customers in our content. So whenever you are creating content for social media, be yourself. Sit down and identify your voice, your way of speaking. Do you use emojis? Do you use short sentences? Do you use certain phrases or words that make you stand out? Because that's part of branding, and that really builds familiarity and trust with your audience. So if you can think about that for yourself, come up with brand guidelines for yourself, it will make content creation easier. It will make typing out those captions easier, but it will also always sound like you. And I think that that's so important now more than ever. I don't know if I have a prediction about the future of TikTok in the US and what's going to happen there. But I do think, regardless of what happens, we are going to see a new platform pop up in the next 12 months or so that will be similar, that people can flock to if they want to. We saw a variety of new platforms this past year gain some popularity, and I did a video on that, so I'll link it, but Lemonade and Clapper were a couple of them that haven't taken off quite as much or to the extent of popular platforms like TikTok or Instagram. But I do think that we'll see something gain popularity that might not really be talked about too much right now. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled for something new. Let's talk about engagement really quick, because I think that this is interesting and the way that it's going is interesting. I've noticed a shift as these platforms have created a homepage or a feed that is so tailored to us. The For You page on TikTok, now the home feed on Instagram, where they're showing you things from non-followers, it's all become very tailored to us, whether we like it or not. Because I know, people complain about not really reaching their followers as easily. I'm certainly in that boat, so I get it. But it is tailored to us. And so what I'm noticing already is a decrease in people following new accounts, and even engagement like liking and commenting is just not being thrown out as much as it used to be. Especially likes have become somewhat meaningless. Like they're just so easy to hand out like candy as you scroll that I've just not really seen it to be as impactful on content or a good determiner of whether or not a piece of content performed well. Because for me, I look at things like shares, which is more and more important. And Instagram has said how important shares are to the algorithm. They want people to share content with their friends. They want their friends to then come online and use the app. So shareable content is so important. And so I look at those metrics. I look at how many people are visiting my profile after seeing a post. I'm looking at how many people are clicking on the link in my bio after seeing a post. These are the things that drive business results over likes. And so I've had posts that have more shares and saves than they do likes. And I've had posts that have more saves and shares than they do comments. And so I'm really seeing a shift here of how people are engaging and interacting. And it feels like there's more silent engagers than before. And the same thing goes with following, because now these feeds are so tailored to us that it doesn't even register like, hey, I'm not even following this person, but I see their content all the time. And so what's the point of following someone if you might not see their content anyway, or you're seeing content of people who aren't following? So I've also noticed that change as well. And I found myself doing it too. Like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't following this person, but I've been engaging with their content. But that's the power of these personalized feeds. So I think that will continue. I think there will be less of an emphasis on follower count, on the number of likes on a post, and really focusing on those metrics that really drive results for us, which would be shares and saves, because that's how we're going to get more visibility on our posts. And then, are we getting visits to our website? Are we getting email signups? All of those things that truly matter when it comes to making money online. The other thing that I'm keeping my eye on is potential commerce opportunities and how they might expand over the next 12 months. TikTok Shop was doing a limited partnership with Amazon to test some folks, some TikTok users being able to check out on Amazon without leaving the TikTok app. There hasn't been a lot of news about this, but I am really curious if that could lead to potential opportunities in the future for people who sell on Amazon to be able to sell on TikTok Shop without having to carry inventory and ship it out themselves, which has been a pretty big barrier. A lot of authors use KDP on Amazon, or they use other retailers and haven't necessarily wanted to order a bunch of inventory and ship them out themselves, especially with the limited window that TikTok allows. So because TikTok Shop has been popular, even though it's not super profitable for TikTok, I'm definitely keeping my eye on potential collaborations or commerce opportunities being expanded, where there will be more options for people who want to sell on TikTok Shop to use POD platforms or KDP and connect with Amazon in that way. And I also think we'll see that for other social media platforms as well, because I think there's a big opportunity in the e-commerce world to connect with social media. So I'm keeping my eye on that as well, and we'll see what happens. If you have any predictions for social media marketing in 2025, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments on anything that I covered or anything that you have in mind. Again, these are just predictions. I'm definitely keeping my eye on it, but I love social media marketing and what it can do for creative businesses. So I will be following along closely and, of course, updating you with weekly marketing videos. So be sure to hit subscribe if you don't want to miss any. And as we round out the year, there is still time to meet your 2024 goals and start 2025 strong. If you are looking for marketing support for shortcuts with your marketing, with monthly content plans and templates and captions done for you that, of course, you need to personalize, because as we talked about, authenticity is going to be everything in 2025. I highly encourage you to join the Creatives Content Club. It's marketingbyshelby.com/club. I will link it in the description of this episode. And I would love to see you inside for our planning party in December and much more to come. I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.